Blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, this is your brother Dan Moses, or say your Sarkodie of TRC, Ghana, coming to you with the continuation of our expose, Testimony New World Disorder. Before we begin, we want to welcome each other by saying Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitan, welcome, and Ganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo, Tusanyu Senyor, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, o. Sanin de Zua, Elquan de Hena, Bitash, Duburo Pezaluvat, Bine I Vinit, Barigalos Vita Eche, Ayubon, Dobridoya, Velkommen, Estan, Hozut, Walang, Adomang, Bienvenido, Namaste, Swagetam, Kus, Amadid, Baruch, Haba, Marhaba, Huang Yong Haminida, Huang Ying, Nyejeko, Ademime, Nyejeko, We Zolo, Novio, Miawezo, Akwaba to the program, Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder is the program through which you get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these types of global deception, delusion, and way for lies that are made by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world. And yet, for almost 2 decades now, in worship of the extremely dangerous US undercover agent Daniel Jezebel Babylon Caesar, have dealt with humanity and the nations of the world by way for lies, deception, and delusion, and they have brought America, Ghana, and the nations of into this total global helplessness, with Ghana and America being the centers of the global evil pursuit. The government of Nana Addo, Bawumia, Joe Biden, Harris administration, traitors within the United Nations, they have made Ghana the centers of this, Ghana, America, the center of the global evil pursuit. As I'm in Ghana now, Ghana is the center. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder, and we must understand that the ulterior agenda that is being pursued against the human race is an agenda to seek to take over your soul, the souls of the human race. They have gone beyond just issue of the destruction of human bodies through wars on the nation of. They are seeking after your soul. So it is time for you to acknowledge God and give God the ownership of your soul, because He is the owner of your soul. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian, Judaist, or Muslim, worship or do not worship. No matter, it is time for you to yield your soul over than to allow the soul takers to steal your soul. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. This is expose part 17, taking back our franchise and our nation. Expose part 17, coming to us on the 13th of October 2024, Sunday, and it's being recorded on the 12th of October, Saturday, the Lord's Day, and shall be available to us tomorrow, God willing. So let's get it, let's get understanding. Acquire to the program Testimony New World Disorder, humanity and the nations of the world. We see me in this jacket, blue jacket, and this dashiki. The blue jacket should not get Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris confused that the African is tilting for us, he's rooting for us because he's in the democratic color blue. And, you know, don't get confused, don't get deluded. You understand? The blue is also the color, out of the colors of Israeli national flag. The nation Israel holds to the blue. So you understand, Yahweh is my God. So if you see me in the blue, don't get deluded. I stand for Israel. You understand? Okay. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwaba to the program Testimony. We are just picking on them. Akwaba to the program Testimony. And the dashiki, this is the no picking about this. Whenever you see me in this dashiki, it announces to the worshippers of the extremely dangerous US undercover agent that this issue is about the soul. It is not about just the killing of my family members, the killing of Ghanaians, the killing of world leaders through cowardly secret medical terrorism, and killing of the innocent, the global. It's about the soul. And in the matter of the soul, there is no game about that. God has made it clear to me that have nothing to do with the extremely dangerous. He is not just seeking the destruction of your body. He's not just seeking to kill you. He's seeking to destroy your soul with the global wicked killers. You understand? So, if I put on this dashiki, it announces to her, nobody within the office of the UN Secretary or United Nations, nobody within American political world or in Ghana, no politician would have any say in the matter of between myself and my innocent children as to whether I would ever get to meet, I'll ever meet the extremely dangerous US undercover agent. That is a decision between myself and my children. I have nothing to do with her. No family talk. No remarriage talk with her. The rest that shall happen is between myself and my two inspectors. If I shall ever yield to meet her based on the plea of the, if that is the desire of their children. But there is nothing like any marriage talk. We don't have any role to play, we the members of the human race, in the life of the children or the family of Ban Ki-moon or Antonio Guterres or Barack Obama or his Sasha Maria or their Chelsea. We don't have any say. So I'm not going to say give them no plea, give them no place in the matter of your children, because I and the children whom the Lord has given me, you are given to me by the Lord God of Israel and not by politicians. Acquire to the program. Value your family and the life of your children. Don't allow politicians to meddle with your family, because they don't allow you to meddle with their families. You understand? Acquire to the program. Testimony, New World Disorder. So Obama, don't get confused. By this, let me also establish that we are not taking any stand against Obama and his political party and Joe Biden. Barack Obama and Joe Biden, they are fully aware that there are records before international authorities, United Nations, International Criminal Court, Hague, ICC, before the US government, irrefutable records that God by me brought Barack Obama and Joe Biden into office. For Barack Obama to become the first person of color to be the US president in the year 2000. God, there are irrefutable records. Just like God by me God by me brought Barack Obama and His Excellency John Ivan Fifi Atamils at the same time in the year through the 2008 national elections. So not like I am against Barack Obama or his political party. No, that is not the case. It is only that when God had given Obama the opportunity to solve the problem which he through me made him the president of the nation, and he turned his back against me. Don't forget that Obama, before he became president, his reverend minister was Pastor Jeremy. At the point when it was good for Obama, Obama turned his back on Pastor Jeremy and dissociated himself from him. Yes, this is true. The American people know. In the same way, when Obama turned his back on me and exploited the issue in a racist manner by throwing his weight on behind the extremely dangerous US undercover to kill me with the traitors within the United Nations, kill my people, and made global cowardly secret killing of the innocent again. And they were about to take my president John Ivan Fifi Atamils from life. Just like 1 week to the taking of His Excellency John Ivan Fifi Atamils from life, God takes me to the White House out of the blue, not out of Obama's blue or Joe Biden's blue or their Democratic Party's blue, out of the blue of the God of Israel. God took me to the White House, and God made me declare to Obama that as from this day I have nothing to do with you. What God brought you to do, you are not. You have turned your back on God, and God says I should dissociate myself from you. That was just a week to eliminating of it, and quickly they got upset. His Excellency John Ivan was eliminated. This is on record. Cameras at the White House where the Secret Service cannot dispute this before the eyes of the American people. So Ghana, you are not being told the truth regarding the taking out of His Excellency John Ivan Fifi Atamils. It is the state and powers in the United Nations, the US government. They will not let you know the truth. No, they don't, because of diplomatic reasons. Yeah, they have done it to so many of our people, and nobody should know it. Acquire to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. In the same way, in 2020, when God has made me openly throw my support for His Excellency Trump, and God through me made Trump the president of US, amidst even prophecy that Hillary Clinton will become the president. When God by me put Trump on the throne, you know what the haters of Trump and the worshippers of the extremely dangerous US, they now started going after the man of God who prophesied that like Clinton would win, and branded a false prophet. They wanted what to do. He's a false prophet. They eliminated him from life. That man of God was the man of God for His Excellency John Evans Fifiata Mills. His name is T.B. Joshua. America, Nigeria, the nations of the world. The same people that are behind the elimination of the innocent, they took T.B. Joshua out suddenly because they perceived him as a false prophet who prophesied falsely, and Trump became the president. Don't forget, even after they have taken T.B. Joshua out, they took over the media to try to demonize T.B. Joshua after he's out of life. This happened under Joe Biden, Kamala Harris administration. I call back to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Humanity and the nations of the world. And in the same way, when God asked me to dissociate myself from Trump, during the heated moment of the COVID era, when they committed medical terrorism against me, and they sought to make COVID positive test results against me to find a way to declare the COVID and end an IUP. Trump fought. He was doing everything to solve the problem for which he called for. However, at a point when the pressure from the traitors within the United States, because Trump has started withdrawing US from UN member bodies because the institution was having no regards for the human race and the American people. Our money, which we used to fund them, and they were using to engage in global medical terrorism and hate crime, you understand? He said, for years. So Trump was just pulling America, and they couldn't take it. They started mounting pressure, and Trump caved in, and it was not long when my president Jerry John Rawlings was taken out of life. So God, at a point 2020, told me, Trump, enough. I'm not going with you anymore. And he said, when God said, don't. When it was Barack Obama, he said, don't go with him. I didn't. Don't go with Joe Biden after he betrayed Trump. I didn't. In the same way, when God, by me, watch this testimony, you will destroy. Exposes November, December 2020. November, December 20, and January. You will see that the effort, what God made me to do to bring Joe Biden to power as the president. And in 2022, in 2021 December, when Joe Biden and his administration, their hate crime has resulted in the killing of the innocent Jewish child. God took me to the White House to declare to Joe Biden, it is time. God said I have to dissociate myself from you, and I did. Understand? So it's not like I'm favoring anybody in America. Well, it is better to go with God than to go with men. You understand? God is letting my haters know, and the haters of Trump know, that if God hasn't killed you, you are not dying yet. Trump, they survived the assassination attempt on him because God has not finished with him yet. That is all that God wants the American people to do. It is the global cowardly secret killing game, medical terrorism, the killing of the innocent, which has affected the loss of the life of many in Ghana, many on the nations of the world by these traitors. That game that they initiated with the extremely dangerous US, and that is what has grown, has been watched on, grow to the assassination plot on the life of His Excellency Trump on July the 13th, 2024. So humanity, any seed that is sown, whether a good seed or bad seed, there is a consequence of it. Understand? But we must understand that we cannot have a world where hatred and hate crimes and anti-Semitism are gloried in, and the killing and the destruction of the innocent life. We can't have that. Why do you hate the man so much that because of him you want to kill him? It's not done. So America and the nations of the world, Ghana and America has come to a situation where they need to stand up and take back their nations from these traitors within their own nation, within Ghana, and within the office of the UN Secretary General. We will not take it anymore. We will not be funding you while you have become so comfortable, live a life of paradise, and you decide to terrorize humanity medically and do whatever you please to our lives. No, we can't take it anymore. I come back to the program Testimony. New World Disorder. So, humanity and the nations of the world. We know that in in the month of June 2011, when the extremely dangerous US undercover agent was using the Washington Adventist Hospital for them to commit the medical terrorism against me, they set up an innocent Jew, Maximilian, to seek to put their evil on his face. But it was not Maximilian. The medical terrorists were behind that evil, and the Washington was the extremely dangerous US undercover. In the same way, in 2021, during Joe Biden and his administration use of Joe Biden Kamala Harris administration use of Henderson Corner store, Germantown, Maryland, in their terrorism against me, persecution with the Montgomery County Police Fire Department to make up false evidence in covering up of their crime. They set up the same Maximilian into that crime against me on the company. And in 2022, when Ban Ki-moon's cronies, their company called Avenue Exxon, when they have taken over the company for the willful crime covering belonging to George Kim, Soon Bin Kim of South Korea, understand? During that willful crime covering, they had to set up Maximilian into an innocent Jew into their crime covering. So that is how much diabolical and evil they are seeking to destroy the innocent Jew. Don't forget, they had to set an anti-Semite up into a relationship with a Jewish woman. When I was a tenant in their home, they had to let when the anti-Semite got to know that it was the Jewish woman who was hinting me, God was using to watch my back for me. The Jewish woman, out of a perfect heart, I love you, I want you, she even got pregnant. They made sure that the anti-Semite had beaten her and carry her. She slaps her, put it on the floor. She carries her from the step, throw her down. A pregnant woman. They destroy the pregnancy. They kill the baby. You understand? So that is how diabolical they are being against the innocent Jew, setting them up into to put their face of their evil. So Maximilian, I want the whole world to know that it is the anti-Semites who did this evil. Aquaba to the program Testimony New World. So humanity and the nations of the world. Now, let's talk about the extremely dangerous US undercover agent. America is not ignorant that if this undercover agent was a Caucasian, a non-person of color, who has committed these heinous crimes against me for being a person of color, we would, all of us, whether we are white and Caucasian, black, we would all condemn the white woman who was another for having engaged in this racism. We brand it racism, you understand? But this is a person of color. In the same way, if it was a Caucasian who was, it was a Hispanic, we would brand it racism and seek justice against. Why is it that this extremely dangerous user is the person of color and has engaged in this heinous crime, and no law is applying because she has been given diplomatic immunity from prosecution in America? If even it was just the US government who is giving her immunity from prosecution, nobody can prosecute her. But the reality is, because of diplomatic strengths, states within the United, they know that when she's exposed, they are all exposed. So she's fully immune to prosecution, and while I am fully entitled to be prosecuted and killed to cover up their crime, and they have killed my family members. So America, let's understand, it is just because he's an undercover agent for the state. That is why the state had to protect her, use her protection to terrorize her, even to kill her innocent children, just to keep her. You understand? If she was not an undercover agent, do you think that whether she's a Caucasian, Hispanic, or any ordinary American, Do you think she will get away with these heinous crimes? No. America is not a nation that overlook crimes like if even you are the president, hmm? And the law, you are entangled by the law, you would be dealt with. But why? Noble people of color, Caucasian, Hispanic. Let's get this now. The undercover agent will be talking the nonsense that she, the pregnancy that she want to test that she want to conduct behind me, and she got exposed. She would claim the nonsense that she was going to she applied for a job, and the job was demanding the pregnancy test. That is total bullcrap. Nobody in America will be, can be fooled by this, because nobody, if corporations are allowed to demand pregnancy test from people before they are hired, that is discriminatory. Understand? So this is an orchestration by the traitors in Ghana who colluded with to get me assassinated, and the traitors within the United make that up to cover up your shame. Unless except she's an undercover agent where her job demands that she on the job sex. She demands on the job sex, and except she's an undercover agent, which the mission that she's assigned to demands that she offers sex, and the intelligence community would not like her to get pregnant for another person of their institution. Why would she apply for any job and the company asks for pregnancy test result from her? Does she work for the military? Is she a military person? Is she a police officer? So we see their smartness. Total shame. There is no excuse. She plotted to get me killed, lynched, kidnapped, tortured, terrorized, abused my children, and they committed medical terrorism due to hatred and hate crime. Humanity and the nations of the world. Aquaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. America should go to the election together with Ghana, knowing that we cannot have this shameless hatred being taking over America, their political world, to the fact that they hated Trump so much that they had to get him out of life. Before assassination attempt on Trump, didn't we see the ugly way of indicting Trump, seeking a criminal track prosecution against him? All this they put him through. But you know one thing about the Supreme Court, they know that all these were political, and it was being funded by the intelligence community, the worshipper of the extremely dangerous. That's why at the appointed time, the Supreme Court had to stand up for Trump, just like they stand up for every American citizen, because what the intelligence community were doing, they all damage control to their heinous crimes which were getting exposed. So they had to just exploit Trump and do that evil. And but when even the Supreme Court has stood up for equal justice under law, they still had to go after him and seek to get him assassinated. How can we live in such an evil world like that? America, go to your elections with a mind that your nation does not belong to anybody within the United Nations. Ghana does not belong to anybody within the United Nations. Don't let anybody decide who should be your president. Let them seek to put my enemy on the throne just because they need the person to advance their cause. In Ghana, they want to do the same. The person that would advance their crime coverage, they want to impose on the thrones of America and Ghana. But it is time for us to stand up and say that we are taking back our nation, we are taking back our franchise. We will not let hidden coward faces stay behind and be robbing of our franchise. Give us our franchise, give us our nation. Period. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. Bye bye. We shall meet next week for more.